What's going on YouTube? My name is Sky Fox. I peaked Celestial 2 on console. I recently moved over to PC. I went from Silver 3 to GM3 within about a week and a half. I do have a 9 to 5 job, but I managed to get 5 heroes in the top 500 on PC. I'm sure that all of you have been in a situation where you or somebody in your team said that they killed a support or killed both supports. How do we lose the fight? Right? And so the reason why you lost the fight is because while you're trying to kill their supports, they're also trying to kill your supports. And what ends up happening is you guys are just trading backlines. Trading backlines is not a consistent win condition. And I feel like in this game, when people are queuing up or, they're getting ready to go into a match, nobody is thinking about how are we going to take away damage from the enemy team? How are we going to kill their DPS? How are we going to kill their tanks? Because 9 times out of 10, it isn't healers that are killing your healers, or it isn't healers that are killing your tanks. Healers aren't killing your DPS on a consistent basis, right? I'm not saying that healers can't get kills, but usually at the end of the match, it's a magic with 25 final hits, right? This is what I'm talking about. So, or a Hello or a Phoenix or a Phoenix or DD or whatever, right? So killing healers is not a consistent win condition. When you queue up for a match, you need to have a strategy for how you're going to kill their tanks and how you're going to kill their DPS. So what does this look like in real time? Well, first I want to say that healing is a limited resource, which means everyone cannot be healed at the same time. And you have to understand that if a DPS is under pressure or if a tank is under pressure, they're going to be getting the heals, right? So if someone is getting the heals, that means someone else is not getting the heals. And that is your opportunity, your team's opportunity to secure that kill. So the last thing I want to say is that you cannot ignore the natural archetype branch of this game, right? What do I mean by that? Dive counters poke, poke counters brawl, brawl counters dive, right? And then you have your pseudo characters who could do a combination of things and make the game a little bit more difficult and intricate, right? Dive does not counter supports. I feel like when people choose dive, that's all they're thinking about. That's all they're going after. That's all they want to kill is supports. They're just backline booty warriors. That's what I call them, backline booty warriors, right? And it's like if you're playing a dive character and you're not doing anything about the Moon Knight, or you're not doing anything about Phoenix or Hela or whatever the case may be, you're throwing the match. It would be just like if the enemy team had an Iron Man and I'm on Hela and I'm not doing anything about this Iron Man, right? Iron Man's getting free value. And that's what's happening a lot of times when you're playing a dive character and you're just going after their supports and Moon Knight is just on top of a rooftop just killing everybody or killing your supports, and you're not doing anything about it, right? I've been in so many matches where Moon Knight is just up here, Psylocke is running around, no one's looking for them, no one's checking for them, right? You cannot let this happen in your games. And I know that there's an argument out there where people are saying, well, in this game the sniper beats the sword, right? And my answer to that is, if you just look at the characters, right? Someone like a Punisher, who is the #1 counter for Punisher? That is going to be Magneto, right? Doctor Strange, Emma do not play well into the Punisher, okay? And it's the same way when it comes to these dive characters. Spider-Man isn't made to fight all poke characters. That's not the way that this game is designed, right? So you need to figure out which dive character is going to be good against which sort of poke character, right? And understand, I get the logic of why people are saying that, but you just this game is so complicated and it's so niche, right? Like, and the more characters that they add into the game, the more complicated and the more niche it's going to be. You can't play, you can't play any shield tank against any poke character, right? You can't play any brawl character against any dive character. There's certain characters, I would say maybe each character is probably good against 3 to 4 different characters, right? In the future that will be more so, right? So I had a lot of fun making this video, man. It's my first video. I'm excited to be here. I absolutely love Marvel Rivals. If you got something from this video, drop a comment and like the video, man. Let me change the outro.